Okay, so for this next rigging, what we are going to do is actually do we're going to skin the actual mesh objects to the joints. Okay, so with those joints, what we want to assign is the meshes to the skeletons, to the skeleton joints that we have underlying. Okay, so how to do that, we want to actually open up all of the joints inside the root system. Okay, so, and we can see that those are the joints that we have, so this is our joint selection. So what we want to do is select everything except for we don't want any parent constraints, and we also do not want any IK joints, effectors, or FK joints. So no constraints, no IK joints, no FK joints. Okay, so what we'll do is just, so I'm holding down, or I'm selecting the root, and then hold down Shift down to left toe, then I'm holding down Control to select the right leg and go down to the, hold Shift and go to the right toe, and then I don't want any of the parent constraints or IK, no IK joints, no FK joints, no IK, FK, and then I'll come down to the spine holding down Control, and then hold down Shift with Control, and then select down to the brow, and then back to Control, and I'm just selecting the left brow, O2, 3, cheek 1. So these are all the facial joints. I will not select the jaw end, just skip over that because I don't want that. That's not really going to be driving anything on the mesh. So I'm just selecting the joints that I know are going to be controlling mesh data. Okay, so I'm just going through here and selecting, holding down Control, just selecting the right joints that I want. And these guys, I'll go all the way down to the left pinky, so this is the clavicle, all the way down to the pinky joints. And so no parent constraints, no IK or FK, down to right clavicle to, that's the right hand, and then everything else we don't want. Okay, so all of our basically skeleton joints are selected, and so next thing you'll want to select your mesh, the meshes that you're going to assign. So we'll select the head and the body mesh, and then we will go to the rigging tab and go to skin and bind skin option box. And from here, what we want to actually use, so if we reset our settings and go back to basics, okay, so what we want to do is bind to our selected joints, and then we want the bind method to, I'll probably use the geodesic voxel just because it does a pretty decent job, although usually I'll go in and kill most of the skinning, but voxel does a pretty good job. And skinning method to dual quaternion, and normalized weights I'll leave at interactive, and weight distribution at distance. Turn off allow multiple bind poses, and also set my max influences to 4. That's what Unity seems to like, is the 4 max influences. And to maintain, yes, and to turn off remove unused influences. We don't want that, and I'll leave colorized skeleton, and my fall off, I'll leave that, and uncheck validate voxel state. So I don't think I really need that, and say bind skin, and that should go through, and that I'm going to turn off my joints, and then just to see kind of how that looks. And it does, honestly, it does a pretty clean job. Looks pretty clean. If you actually select the foot, and so you can see that, like right in the hips area, you can see that there's some kind of strange, weird weighting going on there. So we'll want to fix that. We can go to our foot roll and just kind of look and see how that looks. It's not too bad, actually. Looks pretty clean. Everything with the toe looks pretty good. And the toe looks okay. There's probably some cleanup we want to fix there. And also just grab the hips. The hips is usually another one where you can see some weirdness going on too. So yeah, the belt buckle and the belt looks a little weird. I'll also turn on wireframe unshaded. This kind of helps visualize too, like what's going on. So you can see right under the arms as well has a weird. So there's some influence of spine 01 going to the underarms. Don't like that. And then also the neck looks pretty good. And the head looks pretty decent actually. Head looks pretty good. All right. One other thing is to just kind of check the arms and see, getting some weird deformation going on here too, so I want to clean that up.